What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a variety of different computing concepts that involve a large number of computers that are connected through a real-time communication network, typically the Internet. Examples of cloud computing are email on the go, online data storage, collaborative software, virtual office, and extra processing power. Historical background. The idea of an intergalactic computer network was introduced in the 60s by J.C.R. Licklider. Since the 60s, cloud computing has developed along a number of lines, with Web 2.0 being the most recent evolution. One of the first milestones for cloud computing was the arrival of Salesforce.com in 1999. The next development was Amazon Web Services in 2002. And in 2009, as Web 2.0 hit its stride, Google and other servers started to offer browser-based enterprise applications through services such as Google Apps. Here are some cloud computing concepts. First, services. IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, is a provision model in which an organization outsources the equipment used to support operations, including storage, hardware, servers, and network components. PaaS, Platform as a Service, is a way to rent hardware, operating systems, storage, and network capacity over the Internet. SaaS, Software as a Service. A software distribution model in which applications are hosted by a vendor or service provider and made available to consumers over a network, typically the Internet. DaaS, Data as a Service. Based on the concept that the product, data in this case, can be provided on demand to the user regardless of geographic or organizational separation of provider and consumer. There are three types of clouds. First, a public cloud, which is based on the standard cloud computing model, in which a service provider makes resources such as applications and storage available to the general public over the Internet. Public cloud services may be free or offered on pay-per-usage model. Second, a private cloud, a cloud computing platform that is implemented within the corporate firewall, under the control of the IT department. Third, a hybrid cloud, which is a composition of at least one private cloud and at least one public cloud. This works in one of two ways. A vendor has a private cloud that forms a partnership with a public cloud provider, or a public cloud provider forms a partnership with a vendor that provides a private cloud platform.
iCloud, impacting the corporate world. Three major impacts: service performance, shift from products to services, reconfiguration of the supply industry. Service performance. Key to success is customer service. IT and businesses must raise their level of service expertise by adopting a 24/7 focus on availability, security, and quality. Some important factors are quality, performance, value, and quantity. Some factors that will become important are responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. What matters is not what the service does, but what the customer actually experiences. Shift from products to services. No more buying and maintaining software for PC. Having access through iCloud allows software updates. Rapid changes, providing consistent services. IT accelerates on cloud. Depends on how the client and customers can work together. The role of service integrators. Shift from products to services. No more buying and maintaining software for PC. Having access through iCloud allows software updates. Rapid changes, providing consistent services. IT accelerates on cloud. Depends on how the client and customers can work together. The role of service integrators. Issues and concerns. Service outages due to the amount of servers used. Syncing issues, large amount of users activity using cloud servers at the same time. Security. Every breached security system was once thought infallible. Google, Sony, Microsoft, for examples. Trust. Between the server provider and the customer, there is no way knowing whether their management of the service is trustworthy, and if they are at risk of insider attacks. The only legal binding document is service legal agreement. Confidentiality. Since the information is stored at a remote location, the service provider has full access, so companies use encryption to preserve data. Authenticity. With preserving integrity and preventing the improper modification of information, they provide customers with a superset signature and some metadata along with the query results. Legal issues. Privacy and data security laws. The laws vary from country to country. It is located. Users have no control over where data is physically located. Some of the pros are cost reduction. It reduces paperwork, lowers transaction costs, and minimizes the investment in hardware. Easier collaboration. Services can be accessed at any time from any computer, making it easier for employees in distant locations to use iPads and netbooks. Expansion. Because of its nature, cloud services scale dramatically from very small needs of home businesses to huge corporate demands. Because of its pay-to-use model, clients will only need to pay for what they need and scale up if ever their needs grow. Cloud computing. Some of their cons. Their availability. There's a chance that the service may go down unexpectedly. The data, mobility, and ownership. If you stop your service, you may not be able to get your data back, or you can't be positive that the server provider will destroy your data. Privacy. You can't be exactly sure how service providers are using your information. And control. Since clients have little or no control of how their data is being handled, all they can do is trust their providers and maybe ask a few questions.
Hello, my name is Larry, and I will be talking about the implications of the cloud services. Since the cloud services has been around, companies like Microsoft and Google, they have been capitalizing on its profits. Using the cloud services is like having your computer with you everywhere you go. You are able to log into your account from anywhere, even a cell phone, making wireless data and memory almost limitless. And where Service Cloud has to offer corporations, it will keep their providers in the market. Below the next slide in the statistics and research, I have Amazon statistics on how they use their cloud services. You can see the large number that they have using the cloud services and how easy it is to transfer data from person to person. In the statistics, in June 1st, 2012, Amazon had 1 trillion pieces of information stored inside their S3 services. On the right-hand side, you can see the different major companies that have their different cloud services and how fast they can read and write performances and files. In the next slide, implications continued. Cloud systems are being used by companies both large and small. It's a fast and useful way to pass information along. Microsoft is one of the largest companies to use the cloud services in the United States. Some of the other companies that use cloud services are IBM, Google, and Salesforce. These are just a hint of the major impact that cloud services are impacting major companies, how everybody's starting to use cloud services. I mean, it's cheap and it's easy, and you can pass any information along.
Our conclusion. Cloud computing is making its way into virtual computing through corporations and small businesses. Another reason to provide innovation, not just cost reductions, but critical to competitive differentiation in the IT and business service industry. Customers are not only looking for the benefits of iCloud, but also the process and marketing.